Hola, buenas tardes. Hello, everybody. My name is Chelsea Glass. I am the founder of Heart of Travel, and I am so excited because we are just 1 week away from opening up registration for all of our group tours in 2023. So this is super exciting for us, and I just wanted to jump on here really quickly to give you a little bit of information about our trip registration, when it's opening up specifically, and how you can potentially save up to $1,000 on your trip, okay? So we're just going to go through a quick presentation. And if you have any questions, you can comment on this video. You can email us at hola@theheartoftravel.org or reach out to us on any of our social platforms, and we will be in touch with you as soon as possible. So one thing that's really important to know is that registration opens on Monday, August 15th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So that's 6:30 here on Central Standard Time here in Guatemala. That would be 8:30 on the East Coast. So we usually use Pacific Daylight Time or Pacific Standard Time, depending on what time of the year, as our point of reference. So right now we're using West Coast time, 5:30 p.m. on the West Coast in California. Registration opens up. That means until then, you can't sign up for trips, but you can join the wait list. And we're going to talk about that and the benefits in just a moment. Now, one of the most exciting things is that everybody who signs up for a trip or trips within the first hour, their name is going to get put into, literally, we're going to write it down and do it on a hat, old school style. One of the lucky people who signs up within the first hour for a trip is going to win $1,000 cash back off their trip. Okay. And then another 5 individuals are going to get $300 cash back off of their trip. So in order to be in the running for winning either the $1,000 or the $300 cash back, you need to sign up for your trip within the first hours between 5:30 and 6:30 Pacific Daylight Time. We're going to be announcing winners on social media that same evening. So we're going to be at the office here in Guatemala. We're going to be super excited, so much buzz, so much momentum. We can't wait to see who is signing up for what trip and where they're going. It's going to be so much fun. And then also everybody who signs up in that first hour is also going to get, in the first 24 hours is going to get free access to our Básico Uno online travel Spanish course. Okay. So you don't have to be a winner for that. That's just everybody who signs up in the first 24 hours. Okay. But in order to be some of the first people who do that, you're going to have to join the wait list. Okay. And we're going to be talking about joining the wait list in just a minute. I'm going to show you how to join the wait list. But really quickly, let's talk about where are we going in 2023. Super excited. We are going to be spending time in Cuba. So we're going to be bringing back tourism to Cuba. We currently have 2 Cuba trips on the calendar due to demand. Any of our other trips, if they fill out really quickly, we will definitely consider opening up a second or third date, depending on our calendar. But we already are just straight out of the gate, 2 trips for Cuba. Can't wait for this. We're really, really focusing more than ever on how can we support small businesses, individual artists and freelancers in Cuba. How can we have some really honest conversations about some really tough things that are happening? And of course, also have a great time, appreciate the beauty of Cuba. So it's going to be balanced, but we really, really want this trip to highlight and give a platform so that Cubans can share their different stories and perspectives with you. So really excited about Cuba. It's a very special trip for us. And as a lot of you know, it's very close to my heart. So I'm excited for that. Then, of course, we have Guatemala. We have a couple different trips that are going to be offered in Guatemala. We have our classic tour, which we kind of usually refer to as our cultural immersion or our artist and adventure tour. That one is incredible. You get to see so many different parts of Guatemala. You get to see like Atitlan, Tikal, and the Flores area, Rio Dulce, which is one of my favorites. And of course, you get to spend time in Antigua. We also have our Altiplano tour. This is a little bit more hardcore. It's definitely off the beaten path. I highly recommend it if you've been to Guatemala before and you want to see another part. This is going to concentrate particularly in the northwestern region of Guatemala. And we're going to be visiting Quetzaltenango, Chichicastenango, and the holy grail of this trip is our time in Huehuetenango. So think history, think cultural immersion, think a lot of nature, think remote areas of Guatemala. Yeah, it's going to be incredible, but definitely you want to have a fairly good level of fitness. You want to be ready to be off the grid and open up to being a completely kind of remote part of Guatemala. Then we're heading to Spain. We're going to be doing Spain once a year, and our Spain trip includes time in Barcelona, Sevilla, Malaga, Granada, Madrid. So we're really excited about Spain. It's just going to be once a year. You know that our heart beats for Latin America, but we can't understand the present or make any sense of the future if we don't understand our past, right? And so we're going to be digging into Spanish history. We're going to be digging into Spain's, colonial empire for hundreds of years. And we're going to also be talking a lot about the Arabic influence in Spain, and of course, eating, enjoying music, enjoying beautiful architecture, enjoying art. So it's going to be a great trip to Spain. And then we have Argentina. Argentina is, I'm so excited. This trip is really Pamela's baby. She lived in Argentina for 5 years. She was just recently there to visit friends in Argentina and start working out the details of our Argentina trip. Full details should be coming very, very soon. We're hoping to have them no later than August 12th. So you still have the weekend to read details before making your final decision. But you really shouldn't have to think much, because this is going to have art, history, culture, wine, food, and Patagonia. So this trip is going to be absolutely incredible. Argentina also has a really interesting history that I've learned so much more about through Pam, and I'm excited to learn even more on this trip. So we're excited to highlight some of the things that I think a lot of people don't. When they think about Argentina, they think wine and they think steak and they think tango, and those things are all accurate. But I think there's some historical and some current events that are maybe a little bit grittier, that are definitely worth talking about. So we're going to be doing a lot of that on our Argentina trip. We're going to be heading to Peru. Amy, who's our big adventurer, backpack, hiking, all that kind of stuff. She's going to be heading to Peru in September, and she's going to be doing a run through and kind of scouting out. So she's putting together at least one itinerary for now. And in the future, we're going to have a variety of Peru itineraries that involve different levels of kind of fitness and how much time you're going to be hiking. Our inaugural trip in 2023 is not going to have too much hiking. It's going to be a little bit more culture and history focused. But just know that those more adventure ones are coming. So this trip's going to include some time in Lima, one of the food capitals of Latin America. We're going to be spending time in Cusco, the Sacred Valley, obviously going to Machu Picchu. We're going to go to my favorite part of Peru that I know so far of what I know, Lake Titicaca, and do a really fun overnight homestay with families there. We're going to head to Arequipa, and then we're going to be checking out Paracas, which Paracas is like a mini Galapagos, you could say. So I'm really, really excited about this trip. I can't wait. And Amy's going to be working hard on putting that together and leading that one. Colombia. I cannot wait for Colombia personally. I fell in love with Colombia when I was there in May. If we did not already have such a rooted life here in Antigua, I would consider relocating my family to Colombia. I just loved it. I think for me, it was kind of like if Guatemala and Cuba got together and had a baby, and Guatemala and Cuba are my two favorite countries. So Colombia just has a little bit of both. We're so excited. And the Colombians that we met when we were there in May were so incredibly friendly, so passionate about sharing their country. And Colombia just really blew me away. So I can't wait for Colombia. We're going to be spending time in Medellin. We're going to be checking out street art. We're going to be eating delicious food. Then we're going to spend some time in the Antiochian countryside, visit one of the largest orchid collections in the world. We're going to go to Guatapé, where, for those of you who know Joaquin, who we work with here in Guatemala, his whole wife's family is in Guatapé. We're going to be doing some really cool projects together with them because his brother-in-law works in the tourism industry. And then after that, we're going to be flying to Cartagena and spending some time in a very beautiful and iconic colonial town on the Caribbean. So can't wait for that. There's just so much fun stuff. Ecuador is just one of our like solid go-tos. If you want to go to the Galapagos Islands, go on our Ecuador trip. And please do not overlook all of the things that continental Ecuador has to offer as well. I particularly just adore Otavalo. I love the cultural aspect of that part of our trip. We get to hang out with Claudia and do a cooking class with her. We get to see my friend Cristina, who is a beautiful singer and also weaves textiles. We get to hang out with Mario and his wife and learn about his traditional medicine and his healing practices. And we get to stay at some beautiful haciendas. There's volcanoes, there's greenery, there's llamas. I mean, Ecuador is really amazing. And then the whole Galapagos is like a complete juxtaposition to the continental part in the Andes. So great trip there to Ecuador. Costa Rica, another phenomenal option. We're going to be making some small improvements on the recent tour that we just ran. Probably maybe even increasing the price a little bit because we want to add on like a really incredible stay at these lodges on the Osa Peninsula. So we're excited to make some improvements on that tour and just make it even better, a little bit more cultural immersion, more wildlife. And for those of you who are on the recent trip, no kayaking, at least we did kayaking last time because that one wasn't our best experience. So we're just always here looking for new people to work with, new places to check out, how we can make our tours better. And we're so excited. Mexico offers up a couple of great itineraries that we have, be it in Oaxaca, be it in Mexico City. We have Muertos in Oaxaca, which is a must see at some point in your life. We have some Spanish immersion trips on tap in Mexico City. Both of those destinations are major destinations for foodies. Mexico is extremely rich in culture and in diversity. So we love working in Mexico. We're hoping to add more stuff in Mexico soon. We have some incredible friends in Guanajuato who we hope to partner with. Maybe adding a 2023 date, or if not, definitely 2024. But anyways, we're super excited. These are our destinations. And I just wanted to say the best thing you can do right now, if you are interested in a trip, is to join the waitlist for that trip. So the best thing that you can do when you want to join our waitlist is to go to our website, go to shop tours. And then once you've looked and seen all the different tours available, you can click on the tours to learn more information. So example, if I were to click this one here, it's going to open up this. So on this page, so you're no longer technically on our website, you're on the We Travel site. But you can read about the itinerary, you can see what's included, you can see what the prices are, and then here you can go through a day-by-day breakdown of the itinerary, okay? You can also download the brochure, which is going to be all of this information, but in a PDF format. But if you want to join the waitlist, what you want to do is hit select. Now, when you pick select, it's going to act like, oh, this trip is sold out or registration has ended. Well, it actually hasn't started yet, but this is just the only way so you can join the waitlist. So join that waitlist. You're going to want to put your name in, your email, phone number is optional, any notes, and then you hit join the waitlist. So why this is important? Well, it lets us know what trip or trips you're interested in, and it lets us start planning out a little bit about our year and if we need to open up extra dates or anything like that. But more than anything, the benefit of joining the waitlist is that you're going to get an invitation. So when the registration goes live at 5:30, anybody who's on the waitlist is going to get this little extra nudge, this little, hey, direct link, it's ready, you can sign up. And we highly encourage you to join the waitlist, especially because we have quite a few tours this year that I think are going to be selling out, if not on day one, within the first week of doors opening, which is amazing to think where we were just a few years ago. And even before pandemic, that isn't necessarily something that we would have been like, oh yeah, everything's going to sell out right away. But we definitely think that quite a few trips are going to be selling out. So join that waitlist. We will be reaching out to you, and do not forget, August 15th, 5:30 Pacific Daylight Time, doors open. And if you sign up in the first hour, you're going to get the opportunity to get $1,000 cash back or $300 cash back off of your trip. And the more trips you sign up for, the more times your name is going to get in that hat. Okay. All right. I cannot wait. My team and I are so excited. We are so grateful. And we are just looking forward to having an incredible year of travel in 2023, not to mention rounding out the last quarter of 2022 with some amazing trips that we can't wait to finish. So we hope you all have a great Monday and take care. Y nos vemos pronto en algún país hermoso e interesante en Latinoamérica. Ciao.